G'day Internet, this is K27R. Today I've had a bit of a rough day, but one of the things that have kind of got me flustered is that YouTube has decided to censor, in my eyes, it's censorship, one of the Actman's videos, and it has upset me, because I've actually watched that video twice, The Dark Age of YouTube it was called, and it was a very entertaining video, and it's not really a surprise to me that YouTube has done what they've done, because there are plenty of other people who speak just truth topics in general, any type of truth. And it seems that someone like Quantum TV, who is clearly a narcissist, whatever you call him, a narcissist or whatever, he's a bully, all that stuff, clearly ban evading, and Actman, and even myself, we want this guy off the platform, but YouTube has decided to take Actman's video down instead of doing anything about Quantum TV, and that really upsets me. Perhaps, like Review Tech USA said in his recent video, that perhaps it's just an oversight by YouTube, and maybe that is the case, but really, to me, it's not, because there are so many people who are censored all the time. Just anything that has some type of controversy in it is usually censored, and it's weird that the Actman's other videos are also being demonetized, something that I don't really have any experience with, but it's very fascinating to see the demonetization of those videos. Two of them, as far as I know, old ones actually. One of them is about cyberpunk, and that's just crazy. It does anger me that if YouTube decides to go the route that they're currently going on, censoring YouTubers for no good reason, and who are definitely not violating the terms of service, which are enormous, by the way. Actman has put out this tweet saying he doesn't know if his channel will be mysteriously taken down in the near future or not, and if it does, it has been an honor making content for you all these years, and it certainly has been an honor, and I've certainly loved watching your videos, Actman. And it would be an absolute heartbreak to see any more videos and even just your channel being taken down, and that would just be crazy, and it just goes to show where YouTube really stands. And that's kind of a little bit why I'm prompted to just do a little bit of a podcast, throw my 2 cents out there. And I'm not really sure what you can do to fight back. You've made the best video ever, and it's still not enough. People in power, particularly these monopolies and these giants such as YouTube and Google, it's like they are the arbiters of what you can and cannot say. So much for freedom of speech, and so much for just pointing out any type of truth. I'm just a little bit uncertain about Actman's stance about where he says he's not at war with YouTube. Of course, he's frustrated. However, if YouTube believes his videos, violated the terms of service, then he thinks that's okay. But that never happened. He did not violate any terms of service, because if you think about it, people like Belle Delphine or any softcore porn is actually still up on YouTube for millions of people to watch, and YouTube hasn't done anything about that. So the claim by YouTube that suggests that Actman's video was somehow sexual or contained nudity or something like that was just outrageous. And what scares me a little bit is, if I want to create content, there's a high chance that I could get censored, because there's so many topics that I want to pursue or just express interest in, where YouTube could decide, no, your hate speech or your false information, you're producing that, and so on. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to create a business or create a podcast? And I'm just like, well, I'm just going to go for it now. This sort of censorship by YouTube has kind of given me a little shove in that direction where I might just do something. I need to, that's what you've got to do. So here I am. I'm not going to go anywhere. And if they do decide to, get rid of me too eventually, who knows what's going to happen. If they decide to get rid of Ackman, I'm sure there's other platforms out there that we can express our opinions on freely without hindrance. But it would be nice to just get in the game and be able to make a podcast or pursue a business in that area without having to worry about censorship. But I'm entering this, even just talking about Ackman, it makes me wonder if I would be censored. Maybe I'll only get maybe 2 views or 100 at the most in 5 years, who knows. And then, YouTube isn't going to care. But when you bring a lot of attention to yourself, of course, they're gonna swipe left and then they're gonna make you disappear. And that's what I don't want to happen to me. Because if they can do it to the Ackman, they can do it to anyone. Just like PayPal, I listen to a lot of people who do podcasts or videos or so on, and they always get censored. This includes Alex Jones, but I still watch him. YouTube can't censor him because I still watch him. I go to his website all the time. Or perhaps Mike Adams, the scientist, he had a podcast, the Health Ranger Report, and I still listen to that all the time. I'm subscribed to his email list, and I listen to his podcast whenever I feel like it. YouTube can't censor the greatest people of all time. So I'm sure even if YouTube decides to ban the Ackman, I'll find a way to follow the Ackman. But I'm just worried that if things were to work out with me, then I would just have to. I would probably start with another platform just to be safe. Or perhaps Michael Griffith from Cafe Lockdown. They were recently banned from PayPal, so people can't even give them money, donations for the work that they do. And all they do is they just go around Australia interviewing people, and that's all they do. But because they question the narrative, then they're censored. So that's my 2 cents. Not sure if I actually pointed out anything useful or achieved anything. If you have feedback for me, that'd be awesome. I know my voice is probably not that great. Maybe I need to boom my voice out a lot more. I don't know. So just having a go. Give me criticism. Please, really want it. And if you found any information in this useful or annoying, just let me know. But what do you think about the Ackman getting censored by YouTube? Do you think this was just a big misunderstanding by the YouTube algorithm, and it was just an automatic thing that happened? And it's like, of course, Quantum TV's puppets spammed the report button. Or do you think that, like I do, this plays a role into a slightly bigger picture, because of course YouTube is quite familiar with censorship in general and not just gamers. This even goes to musicians, and even like Angry Joe, where Paramount will just openly try and censor Angry Joe. It's these giant corporations are familiar with this type of censorship, and all right, so I'm signing out. Have a good one.